January of 2006 was build the QVC of wine. I was gonna be on camera and I was gonna sell you wine. And then the first episode happened, literally the first one. The light goes on, and because I understood where the internet was going, I realized, my God, this is gonna be online forever. And this is gonna work. And I'm gonna get big. And if I go to a party and somebody says, what do you think about this wine? And I taste it and I'm like, terrible. And they go, but you said it was awesome on Wine Library TV. I could be crushed. And so, from the first episode of Wine Library TV, I separated the content from the business. In fact, I had so many hardcore fans. One kid at MIT who loves math and data mapped my rating on every wine on that show. And on that show, over 1,000 episodes that I did over 5.5 years, I panned 71% of the wines that were on that show. Wines that I was selling in my store, I was telling you not to buy because I realized it was better off for me to become America's wine guy than it was for me to sell you an extra case of Pinot Noir. The reason I want a lot of you to pay attention to this, because over the last week, as I've been looking at the Instagram hashtags for Beachbody and this summit and things of that nature, when I've gone down the rabbit hole of your Instagram accounts and your Facebook fan pages, that is not the percentage of what people are putting out there. The majority of it is what I would call a right hook. I wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Give, 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 and then ask. Put out content that actually brings value, but don't be scared to ask. You know, the funny thing is, you would think based on the tone that I'm talking right now that I wrote the book to get people to throw more jabs. Ironically, I wrote the book because I saw a lot of people in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12 do a good job on social media, but not know how to ask for the business. They were just putting out content. A lot of people email me, they're struggling. I look, I'm like, what's wrong? It's so good. And I'm like, wait a minute, have they not asked for the business? Like, it's very appropriate to have people sign up, buy, as long as you can provide so much value that you basically guilt them into buying. Basically, my entire life is predicated on providing so much value that I guilt you into buying my stuff, but even more importantly, because I'm already good, I just kind of want you to come to my funeral, right? And when you think about that, and when you make that your strategy, you go into a different place. Wine Library TV changed my career. YouTube sells for $2 billion. I freak out and go, Jesus, I've been right about everything where consumers are going. This has to be bigger than just selling a couple more cases of Pinot Noir. And that's when I decided that I would invest in companies. I said, the next time I feel something like e-com or email or Google AdWords or YouTube, I'm gonna invest. I went to South by Southwest 2007. Everybody was talking about this app called Twitter. Everybody thought it was the stupidest thing of all time because who cares if you're walking the dog or eating pizza? I thought it was the future of email. I invested in Twitter. I made a video about it. Facebook saw it. I spoke at Facebook. I became friends with Zucks. I invested in Facebook. And then I saw a bunch of high school kids playing on Tumblr, and I invested in Tumblr. I'm rich. But why I tell you that story is that's when my career started taking, well, I'm telling you that story because I wanted to brag, but I'm telling you that story because that's when my career started saying, my God, what I do is day trade attention. Now I'm gonna make this talk very valuable to you. I'm gonna go through everything that I know you're going through, platform by platform, and I'm gonna give you really good advice. I run a company right now called VaynerMedia. We're a $100 million a year strategy and creative and media agency. We have Under Armour and Toyota and Dove and